In the glittering heart of ancient Persia, in the mighty citadel of Susa, the world's wealth flowed like a river. King Xerxes ruled over 127 provinces stretching from India to Ethiopia, and he wanted everyone to know just how powerful he was. So, he arranged a display like the world had never seen, a celebration lasting 180 days. After the long display of wealth, Xerxes called for one final feast, 7 days of drinking, boasting, and endless entertainment. The king commanded that every man could drink as much as he wanted, without limit, without restraint. Wine flowed from golden goblets, each cup crafted differently so no two were alike. Laughter echoed, voices rose, pride burned like fire. But somewhere far from the drunken noise, in another wing of the palace, Queen Vashti held her own banquet. Her gathering was refined, dignified, and peaceful. No chaos, no shouting, no drunken demands. Just the queen, the royal women, and the grace that followed her everywhere she walked. On the 7th day, as the king's judgment blurred under the weight of wine, Xerxes made a reckless decision. Surrounded by nobles who flattered him constantly, he leaned back on his golden couch and boasted about his own queen. "She is the most beautiful woman in the empire," he slurred. "Bring her to me. Let everyone admire her beauty." But the command he gave was not one of honor. It was one of exhibition. He ordered his 7 eunuchs, the trusted servants who stood closest to him, to bring Queen Vashti before the drunken crowd. Wearing her royal crown, and according to some interpretations, perhaps only her royal crown, she was to be displayed as a trophy to men who had lost their restraint hours ago. The order traveled through the grand hallways like a cold wind. When it reached Vashti, her attendants froze. No one refused the king. No one. But Vashti understood something the drunken king had forgotten. Dignity is worth more than a crown, and respect is worth more than applause. With calm resolve, not anger, not rebellion, but dignity, she refused. The eunuchs stared at her in shock. "Your Majesty, may we tell the king you refuse?" She nodded once. That single nod shook the empire. Back in the feast hall, the king waited, smiling, expecting his queen to appear at any moment. He imagined the gasps of admiration, the murmurs of praise. But when the eunuchs returned alone, the room fell silent. "Your Majesty," the lead eunuch said softly, "Queen Vashti refuses to come." The words sliced the air. Xerxes' smile vanished. Pride collapsed into humiliation. Anger roared inside him. No one in the room breathed. A king who had ruled nations, armies, and treasures had been publicly defied by his own queen. His humiliation became fuel for rage. And very quickly, rage became a desire for revenge. His advisors, fearful of his temper, and perhaps more fearful that women across the empire might dare to imitate Vashti, stepped forward with trembling voices. "Your Majesty, if the queen's refusal becomes known, other women will stand up to their husbands. There will be no order, no control, no respect. We must act." Pride spoke louder than wisdom, and Xerxes listened. The advisors urged him to remove Vashti as queen, to strip her of her royal position, and to make her an example to every woman across the empire. They convinced him that her dignity was rebellion, her courage was defiance, her strength was disrespect. And so, with a heart clouded by anger and wounded pride, the king issued the decree. Vashti was banished from his presence forever. Her crown taken, her place erased, her name used as a warning. But history has a way of remembering the brave. Vashti's stand, though it cost her everything, created a vacuum, a space where Esther would one day rise.